Once upon a time there were 7 sisters. They were orphans and lived in a small house. The oldest 6 sisters had hearts as cold as ice. They were lazy and mean. They made their youngest sister do all the work. The youngest sister was named Ilara. Ilara had hair like spun gold and eyes like the sky. She worked hard every day. She cleaned the house and cooked the meals. She never complained, even when her sisters were unkind. One day the sisters were going to the market. They wore their finest clothes and left Ilara behind. "Stay here and clean the house," they sneered. Ilara nodded sadly. She wished she could go to the market too. After they left, Ilara found a basket of laundry. "Oh no," she cried. "My sisters have forgotten their clothes for the market." She knew they would be angry if she didn't bring the clothes to them. Ilara picked up the heavy basket and went to the market. She searched everywhere for her sisters. She walked until she reached the edge of the town. Ilara felt tears welling up in her eyes. She was tired and hungry. She sat down by a pond, the basket of clothes beside her. She closed her eyes and wished for a friend. Suddenly something splashed in the water. Ilara opened her eyes. A tiny goldfish swam in circles. It was the most beautiful fish she had ever seen. Its scales shimmered like gold. "Hello," said the fish. Ilara gasped. The fish could talk. "Please don't cry," the fish continued. "I am Leungli. I can grant you one wish." Ilara couldn't believe her ears. "A magical fish? My wish," she said, "is to be happy." Leungli smiled. "Your wish is granted," he said, "but be warned. Happiness often attracts envy." Leungli swam in a circle and dove deep into the pond. When he resurfaced, he held a beautiful golden necklace in his mouth. He presented it to Ilara. Ilara took the necklace. It sparkled like the sun. "Thank you, Leungli," she whispered. "Come back and visit me," she pleaded. "I promise I will," said Leungli. And with a flick of his tail, he disappeared into the water. Ilara wore the necklace and felt a surge of joy. Her life was still hard, but she felt different. She was stronger. She was happier. She knew she had a friend in Leungli. Word of Ilara's kindness and her golden necklace spread. One day a handsome prince arrived in the village. He was searching for a bride. He wasn't interested in riches or beauty. He wanted a wife with a good heart. The prince heard about Ilara and her golden necklace, a gift from a magical fish. He knew he had to meet her. When he did, he was captivated by her goodness. He asked for her hand in marriage. Ilara, no longer the sad girl by the pond, but a confident young woman, smiled and accepted his proposal. She knew her happiness was real. It came not from the necklace, but from her own kind heart, and the magical friend who had helped her see it. The prince took Ilara back to his castle. They were married and lived happily ever after. Ilara's sisters were left to ponder their envy and greed. They learned too late that true happiness comes from kindness and love, not from riches or beauty.